Hey, sports porchers, it's your hockey Jesus. And I'm back with analysis of the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Well, this afternoon was just an incredible afternoon for the Pittsburgh Penguins as they managed to take Columbus Blue Jackets to overtime and win by a score of 5-4. Wow, this game had pretty much everything you want in a hockey game. From a fast start to just a terrible middle section to a hey, they're making a comeback. They're making a comeback. Maybe to come back whole way. And boy, they did. They sure did. The Pittsburgh Penguins now, man, they played some terrible hockey for about maybe about 20 minutes. I would say probably the first five they did good. The next 15 they played horrible. The first five of the second period, not great. But man, everything else they did in between then, they really just found a way to just get it done. Now, they had to go to overtime, okay? And that's okay. I know it's a Metro game, and I'm not a big fan of the overtime Metro games because then you're only gaining a point on your opponent. But hey, they didn't deserve any points for this game for the longest time. Let's go around what happened. So on the first, Koivunen got to start. They sit Rutger McGroarty. I think I like what Muse is doing with that third line. He's got Koivunen in there. He's got Rutger McGroarty. He's going to have Kindle all the time, and he's got Chinnikov. So today he sat McGroarty and he played Koivunen. And boy, right from the start, you could see Koivunen said, "Oh, I get it. I got to shoot the puck. I got to get to the net." And guess what? He scores a goal. And that's great because that means he's learning. I thought that Koivunen was more talented than he was showing. Maybe he just needed a little bit of break. Maybe he just needed that little bit of, hey, I'm just going to be here, okay? So he gets the first goal, and then boom, less than a minute, probably about 3 or 4 minutes later, 2 minutes go by, and Columbus gets 2 goals. Boom, boom, just like that. And then they get a third one near the end of the first period. And it looked bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It looked really bad. Sheloff didn't look like he was tracking the puck tonight. And it just looked bad. So I'm like, okay, well, if they get the first goal in the second period, they'll be okay. Well, they give up a goal in the first minute. And at that point, when it's 4-1, you're just watching the game, hoping you see some pushback, you see something that gives you some hope. And for about 5-10 minutes there, the Pens were getting a lot of shot, but Graves, very good goalie for Columbus, was just making every stop. It just looked like they were going to get goalie tonight. Graves was going to be the guy who stops them. And but they managed to get a power play, and that was because Chinnikov got pulled down. And sure enough, the first power play goes out there. They look like dog shit. And then they put the second power play out there. They make a couple nice passes, and Tommy Novak buries it from the slot. Even at that point, you're like, okay, it's only 4-2, but at least we got some life now. When it's a 2-goal game, you can be, okay, we got a chance at this. And then in the third period, the Penguins just dominated for 17 minutes of the third period, 100%. They just were coming at them, and the power play goal by, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. The second goal that tied it up was Achari alone. Okay, Achari got the puck from Dewar just right in front of the net, and he just buried it. That made it 4-2. And then the third goal was Novak's power play goal, and that was the one that really said, okay, the Pens are back. 1 goal away from tying this thing up. And they had a lot of opportunities to tie it. Sidney had a shot. Carl's hit a bar. Chinnikov, Achari. They all had opportunities, and none of them could bury it. And then suddenly Columbus gets on their games in about 3 shots in a row. Sheloff had to make some key saves. And he did make some key saves coming down the pike. And he did it. He managed to keep them in it. So, of course, 2 minutes left. You're going to pull the goalie. And for a while there, it looks like the Pens were just going to pass it around. You got to be patient a little bit. Puck comes out of the zone, but they were patient enough. Sid gets it down low to Mantha. Mantha shoots it out to Rax right in front of the net, and he just buries it. and that's the one that tied it up. So when he tied it up, I was screaming out. I'm just screaming. Because when you work that hard to come that whole way back and not to get that goal, it's not disheartening because you're working hard. And that's what I like to see with these Penguins. They are really working hard almost every time they're out there on the ice. Like I said, except for the 20 minutes after the first 5 minutes of the game today. But other than that, they worked really hard and they got it. So you go to overtime. Kindle, he almost gave up a goal. He didn't look very good out there with Sid, and I think he was out there with Rax. But doesn't matter. They got the puck, and there was a line change. So what happened on the goal was Tommy Novak was going off. He was on the ice for too long, and I think it was Raquel who was on the other side, or maybe it was Carlson. Either way, Carlson was patient. Kept the puck outside the zone, waited for the change to happen. He saw it was happening, and then what do you know? Boom, there it was. Sidney Crosby on a breakaway, and he did not make a mistake. He puts it through the 5-hole, just slips it right in. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful goal for Sidney. So good to see it. Just a SIDsational goal, I might say. And the Pittsburgh Penguins are hot again. 5 in a row for the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's their second overtime win in a row. And if you want to count the shootout, actually three wins post-regulation, which was their problem. Remember, in that losing streak, they lost so many games in overtime. So for them, and on top of that, the games they lost, they had the lead. So it seems like, I don't want to say that it's not good for the Penguins to come from behind, but the Penguins learned how to play with a lead yesterday. And today they learn to come from behind. And I think if you're going to do well in this league, I've seen it. When you do well in this league, the Pittsburgh Penguins here do it a lot of different ways. And today they did it differently than they had before. Just an excellent win for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Unfortunately, they're going to take some time off now. So, yep, that's right. It just was a great win. MK's in the house. Hey, good to see MK. Sorry, I don't have my Pens gear on, but, there is a pretty big football game on later. 43 shots on goal is crazy. And you got a Crosby jersey for Christmas. Okay, congratulations on it. I'm telling you, maybe you wearing that shirt today. I don't know if you were wearing it or not. Maybe that's the Sid Lucky shirt. You should pull it out every time they're in Columbus from here on out. Here's hoping the Steelers can keep the momentum. I concur. I absolutely agree with keeping the momentum. They're gonna. Let's hope they can do it. Let's hope they can do it. But tonight, the Pittsburgh Penguins managed to squeak out their 5th win in a row, coming back from a 4-1 deficit. Boy, that happened to us so much, right? 4-1 deficit. You're like, we're never gonna do that to other teams. Well, it happened to us. We can do it to other teams. We did it today. Feels great. Pittsburgh Penguins on the season are 20-21 with 49 points. They're projected right now to be in a playoff spot. I don't have the standings. I got too wrapped up in this game. I promise you, my fans. Hey, and if you're not my fan, hit that subscribe button. You can become a fan because I'm here after every single Pittsburgh Penguins hockey game. Just giving it to you live the way I see it. I love the Pittsburgh Penguins. I love NHL hockey. It's just a great sport. And tonight was one of the top games of the year. Whether you're a Columbus fan or a Pittsburgh fan, clearly if you're a Pittsburgh fan, you're a little bit more elated about it. But Columbus is a good team, and we took it to them today. So next game for the Pittsburgh Penguins is Thursday night. They're at home versus the New Jersey Devils. Go get your tickets. Let's see you at the arena. And until then, I'll catch you in the next one. Hey, let's go Steelers.